This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Star Wars: Knights of the Republic 2: The Sith Lords. In the last episode, we finished going through Onderon Palace, and we put forth the efforts of us and the Queen's Guard, and went in and chewed bubblegum and kicked ass, or whatever you want to say it. And the Queen has been saved, and due to our powers of persuasion, we told her to keep Vaklu alive to make sure her kingdom, or whatever you want to call it, government, doesn't go down the path of ruthlessness, because one small step can lead to giant, changes, and, you go down the path of, terrible monarchy or something like that. I don't know what the word is. I'm not an expert on government stuff, but I know that it's like power corrupts absolutely type of situation. But anyway, now we're talking to Kandar, and we're trying to get some info out of him to see, what's his side of the story, what he believes going on, and all this other stuff. So, anyway, I think we asked him about the Sith coming out of hiding. So, do you know anything about this threat?
Not enough. I feel it is something that was born from the wars that have struck the Republic. The threat is Sith, but the manner and timing of their attacks is difficult to defend against. We don't know all that the Sith planned during the Jedi Civil War, what secret training grounds may still remain, what worlds he discovered. We just don't know. Even after we deal with this current threat, I fear we may be dealing with the legacy of the Jedi Civil War for years to come.
So you think Revan's actions caused more of just a wave effect that affected other Sith? Because these Sith are acting a lot differently from Revan and Malak, because they were pretty straightforward. These Sith people are sort of aware of them, but they're kind of doing their own business on the side, causing trouble, and no government can take it out. So they're probably more dangerous than Revan ever was when you think about it. Did you have any success in tracing the Sith?
You've had more success than I. General Vaklu's men and their allies effectively kept me pinned inside the palace. I felt all along that Vaklu had contacted the Sith, but the identity and purpose of the Sith, that I can't say.
So you're a Jedi Master, and you spent like years here, and you didn't figure it out, and it took me, some reject Jedi, to figure it out? Well, I mean, other than the fact I'm a main character, and trouble seems to follow me everywhere, but still, you kind of suck, and you're a Master. I'm still... What am I, actually, in terms of the grand scheme of the... I mean, I guess I'm not really a Jedi right now, because I'm not officially sanctioned, but, I know we asked him about the Sith being defeated. Why did the Sith come here?
They wanted to aid General Vaklu in breaking away from the Republic. If Onderon became independent, this place would be an excellent staging ground for them. But I fear it was more than that. That the consequences of Onderon's fall would have greater implications for the galaxy.
Like, 3,000 or 4,000 years in the future with a young Jedi on a desert planet with twin moons, that type of situation? Or his... I don't want to say it for spoilers, even though everyone should know that by now, but you know what I mean. Let's see, I guess... Okay, let's talk about something else.
Whatever I can tell you.
Just skip his dialogue there. Did we ask him why he came here? Maybe? Yeah, let's just ask him anyway. Why did you come here?
It's a long story, but there's a reason the Jedi have scattered across the galaxy. We've come to worlds such as this one. Worlds touched by war or great tragedies can be felt within the Force, strongly. We thought that by traveling to such worlds, it would help conceal us from the eyes of the enemy. And they were places we thought we might find you.
I just tend to go to places that have death and destruction. Sure, why not? Apparently I am death and destruction. Am I the fourth horseman of the apocalypse or something? I want to talk about something else.
Whatever I can tell you.
That. Where are all the Jedi? Seriously, dude. In other games, they're like all over that. Like, 300 years from now, they're going to be everywhere. And they're all going to have the same backstory, apparently, and similar builds, because they're the most OP, or most effective builds in the game. Where are all the Jedi?
Scattered, searching for you. Going to places where they thought they might cross your path. You were our last hope.
Like Ben Kenobi, even though we don't know who that is at this point? You were looking for me?
Yes. At least that's what I asked them to do. I believe you are the key to this whole war.
Key, even though I purposely went to you guys, you exiled me, you think I would still deal with this? Why?
When you stood before us in the council chamber on Coruscant, we felt something from you we'd never felt before. It was as if the Force had died within you, leaving you hollow. We had suspicions as to why this was, but nothing definite. But rather than try to understand, we sent you away. I think because at some level there was fear. We live our whole lives in touch with the Force, in touch with life all around us. And you had a gift in that regard. You formed bonds so easily, and they flowed deep between you and others. To see such emptiness in the Force standing before you, it's not an easy thing to face. Whatever is attacking us, it is leaving something in its wake. Something we haven't felt since you stood before us in judgment. The deaths of the Jedi, the destruction of KOTOR, all of these things are leaving behind echoes, like the one we felt from you in the council chamber. It was clear to us, to me, that we had to find you, but we couldn't call you back from exile, because we didn't know where you'd gone. Plus, there was a chance we might put you in danger, and that we couldn't allow. If you couldn't feel the Force, then it would just make you a target. I don't know how you got back, but I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, well, the first one of the few times people are glad I'm back. Well, that maybe generally want me back, for unlike Goto, who just wanted me to have stability in the universe. Tell me, yeah, these echoes. It almost seems like we're similar to other things going on in this place. I wonder why. Tell me more about these the echoes.
The thing is, in traveling to these places where war was fought, we felt the same thing. Echoes. Something happened in all these places, but it's hard to figure out what. It's hard to sense things through the Force in such places. Too much pain occurred here. It makes listening to the Force difficult. We resolved to meet again on Dantooine, but only when the threat revealed itself. Unfortunately, I happened to be here when it struck. Now that we've stabilized Onderon, I can join the others on Dantooine.
Now I can take you all out at once. No, I'm just kidding. Too goody-goody for that. I want to talk about something else.
Whatever
okay,
I
so
can tell you.
Let's see. Tell me what happened on KOTOR. We asked him about that already, didn't we? He told us about how all life, just people die and stuff like that. Why'd you come here? I need to know why you cast me out of the Order.
There was nothing else we could do. You defied the Council. You followed Revan to war. I know why you did it, but in so doing, much more harm was done. But you must understand, the exile was never the punishment you thought it to be. We could not have made you do such a thing in any event. I think you knew, inside, what you needed to do in order to heal.
So, you sent me a... So what's the point of exile if you can't really enforce exile? Actually, usually exile is when they're just like, well, if we kill you, you probably made a martyr and other people do or whatever. And it's one of those things where like, well, we don't know what to do with you. Just get out of here. Just go on. Get, heal, huh? Well, I guess we have healed somewhat. I don't let's see. What do you mean? Perhaps so. Give me time to reflect. I don't think so. What type of... Okay, it just depends on... What do you mean?
All those lives during the Mandalorian Wars, and all those you served beside. Too much death leaves echoes in the Force. It is the price for having such connections. I suspect that is why you chose to accept the Council's judgment, to wander beyond the Rim, and why you traveled with no one, and did not stay in any place too long. I have thought of you since your trial, and there are times when I wonder if being connected to the Force is always the gift it is believed to be.
I don't know, you get some pretty awesome abilities from being tied to the Force. I think I can take the good with the bad.
Whatever I can tell you.
But that's just me. Why'd you cut me off from the Force, even though we clearly know they didn't, but whatever.
Cut you off from the Force? Why do you think the Council was responsible for that? No, I'm afraid the cause of your condition was as great a mystery to the Council as it is to you.
Actually, technically, didn't they do that to Revan? I mean, they took away his memories, but he didn't... Before the character... spoilers for the first game. Before, we have to, like... We don't get Force powers, so we go back and train in Force powers again. So we actually lose the ability to use them. I mean, that could have been a gameplay mechanic to not have them right off the bat, but... I don't think they steal... Well, maybe it's all about memory and reflexes and all that. But anyway.
Whatever I can tell you...
I've re-established my connection to the Force.
You always had deep connections to the Force. I'm glad to see that it is once again your ally. When I first sparred with you during your training as a Padawan, I could tell that you were different. And it wasn't just your strong connection to the Force.
And the fact that I could be customized any way I want to, male or female, no matter what. I'm always different because I'm the MC.
Whatever I can tell you.
All right, well, not much out of that. Let's see, okay. I haven't developed a force bond with another. If either one of us feels pain, so does the other. If one of us dies.
That sounds like the bond that often forms between master and apprentice. But to that degree? You always did form connections to others, strong ones, even when you were a student. But what you are describing is beyond me. I'm sure others in the Jedi Council would be able to assist you, if you could find them.
I'm already supposed to have found them. We can't do this plot till we've run across all the Jedi Masters, except for the one who got killed by Darth Sion. Whoops, sucks for her.
Whatever I can tell you.
You know, it makes sense. At least one of them would have been killed at some point. Story-wise, it'd been weird if all of them somehow survived. You know, otherwise it doesn't show the threat of one of the villains. At least Darth Sion. You know, did they ever give us the names of the other villains yet? I don't even think Vasis mentions her master's name. I mean, I know who it is, but you've answered all my questions.
There is something I would like to teach you. It is a technique which, I believe, will aid you in the trials ahead. Many of the lightsaber forms you've already learned will bolster your abilities in one area, while leaving you vulnerable in others. For superior balance, use the Niman form. This form has no specific strengths, but no weaknesses either. It will provide a decent defense versus enemy force powers and blaster fire. Excellent. I'm impressed with how quickly you've mastered this form. I always knew you were gifted. I'm going to Dantooine. The Jedi Council vowed to assemble again when the Sith revealed themselves. Now that they've attacked Onderon, we can act. Our paths will cross again. May the Force be with you.
Yeah, that's because the next part of the game is this.
I'm sorry to keep you here.
Never mind.
I needed to thank you personally for all of your help. Onderon owes both you and Master Kavar a debt that can never truly be repaid. Battles still wage in our streets, but by morning the conflict should be over. I recognize you must leave soon, but please, take this. I had also planned on giving you some relics from Onderon's past, but Vaklu's troops looted our museum. I hope the credits and my sincere thanks are enough. Captain Bostuka has made arrangements for a shuttle to take you to your ship. I fear it will be quite some time before you can come back. The war was brief but destructive. I will focus all of my energy on rebuilding Isis. Thank you again. I must go.
Where are you going, Queen?
If you will follow me,
She just
I will take
disappeared
you
off
to
screen.
the shuttle.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, she just walks off. It's like, where's she going? She disappeared. Oh, and she just stands there. Look at that. Oh, I want to get the remains. Dang it. I guess it's time to meet with the rest of the companions after we split off from that. So, time to now that we met everyone, I guess next is to go to Dantooine and meet with Rook and all the other Jedi that survived. Oh yeah, and then the fact that he didn't know about Atris being around still surprised him. Sorry, I got something caught in my throat. Apparently, Atris was supposed to be on the planet when it got everyone got killed on it, but apparently she survived that. Although I'll admit it's been forever since I've talked to Atris, at least me personally. If you're watching this as a playlist, it won't take you very long, but for me it's been I think it's been 4 or 5 months since I last talked to her. So I don't remember a whole lot about that conversation.
Hey,
So
the gang's back together. I must hear all about your vacation in Onderon.
I wonder who's here if you chose Atten to come with you. Because Atten can come with you. I don't know. Huh. Maybe it's like BioWare or something like that. Anyway. Yeah, single-handedly won the war. But not, and rather than Hongpad, nothing you need to know about. The political situation on Onderon has been dealt with. Onderon has only one leader now.
Well, that's good, I guess. When powerful people butt heads, it's usually the little guy who suffers most.
We should return to the Ebon Hawk now and plot our next course of action.
Good. Oh, and just auto joins us. Good. Okay. Sure. What about HK? Why did you just throw him off? But yeah, Queen is back to normal. Vaklu is going to be put on trial. We've saved the day, and Kandar is going to Dantooine. Now we must talk to the companions again, see if there's anything new. I feel like unfortunately, I've missed quite a bit of content through this playthrough of the game, because the way people's dialogue unlocks is a bit differently from the previous games with the addition of the influence bar. So I feel like in the previous game, you just talk to companions after major events to continue their plots, but with influence there, you know, it's if you miss or don't bring certain people along or miss it by saying the wrong thing, then you're pretty much possibly locking out a lot of content by accident, which unfortunately I think I have maybe with Atten or Mira, perhaps. But then again, like I said, we're not really playing a full, complete game. There is a bit of content missing from this, so oh well. Can't really blame the makers too much.
At last, you understand, tiny Jedi.
You? Who are you? What are you doing on this
Enough. What did you see in the web of worlds that have died? What did you see when you saw it through the Force?
I see the death of the galaxy, of life. At first, I thought it was just conquest. But it's more terrible than that. It's an echo, spreading outwards, killing everything. It's not possible.
You are a wasted pawn of the Republic, young one. You could have been so much more, even with your wide-eyed innocence, your naive love for others. Now you understand the magnitude of what is being done.
I know you. Not even the markings of the dark side can hide it. Why have you done this?
I? Do you think I seek the death of all living things? There is no victory in such things. I do not want to win our war like this, little Jedi. When I win, I wish it to be because I was right, my teachings true.
How long have you been here? Among us?
You know the truth. I have always been here, watching and listening to the echo you have found. You know its source and what must be done.
I will not let you hurt her.
Little Jedi, you cannot stop me. But you will forget this. Your mind is worse than the others, so open, so trusting. Your feelings for her are your weakness. Yet I will gift you with this. You will remember what you have discovered when the time is correct. Know that you have seen what formerly only I knew. Now we shall see if you have the strength to stop what comes.
You know, it's hard to take that scene seriously when, like, Gotu's just hanging around in the background there. That's the problem with not making it a cutscene, but using it in the games like Engine or whatever. But hey, so Kreia, what are you up to? What does Disciple know? Too bad talking to him now that, I mean, we don't know this. We as the people watching, yes.
Yes? Is something...
She's done something, so... I don't think I've actually gained any more dialogue with him, so I don't think there's really anything I need to get from him. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. See, I don't think I've gotten any new dialogue from people recently. I could leave the ship and see if any new dialogue pops up. Sometimes, like, a couple of scenes can occur, but... Adam, do you got any new dialogue for me?
Something up?
Yeah, I still don't have enough influence with you. Did something happen on Duxon? You seem a little calmer than normal.
Yeah. I guess I just had to prove something to myself, and I never had a chance to put it to the test until then.
Yeah, like, what about those, like, well, we don't know, but, well, except what those Dark Jedi said about Atten, apparently. It's almost like the game expected you to choose Atten to lead the other team for some reason, even though you don't have to. What did you learn?
Nothing I didn't already know. Anyway, it's over now. At least until the next disaster hits us.
Oh. I forget I had some other questions.
Alright.
Yeah, too bad it glitches and he stands away from you when you talk to him here. Yeah, we haven't gained any influence, so asking that question's not going to do anything.
No.
Oh, boy. Alright. Well, at least we got some new information out of that. I'll double check with the companions just to make sure if there's anything new, but I don't think so. Let's see. T3 can you notice? Have I improved my computer skills since then? Let me see. Let's try his upgrade again. Okay, we got that. Oh, we did. Okay. Derete! Oh, good! Please keep touching me. All done. How do you feel? Or that shit, yeah. Oh, that felt great. That the touch, the scent. I mean, due to your computer skills, D3 has gained an additional +1 intelligence and wisdom. He's even more of a skill monkey. Oh, that's great. Could you do it again, please? I was like I was. See, it's strange. The more I let myself work on your core, it was like I was calming. It's strange. The more I let myself work on your core, it's like I was calming myself. Oh well, I don't mind at all. Any more? Can we do any more upgrades now? No, and unfortunately, I haven't really beefed up my repair. So, T3's kind of goes to the same routine that HK did in the previous game, where if you have enough of multiple skills, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just the same as before. Oh, we gained some experience for giving T3 a little bit of a boost. Go-To, do you have anything to say?
What have you brought me? I am willing to...
Say, base direct... No, we've asked him those questions before. How about you, Mandalore?
Yeah, what do you want?
Take on the Republic. No, nothing new there. It's probably time to go to Dantooine then, now that we've gotten everyone else. So, Cray, any new skills from you?
We must go to Dantooine, to the Enclave. There is something there that you must hear if you are to understand. I have no time for questions, and any answers will have to wait until we stand within the Enclave together.
She tells me, well, I assume we knew where we were going to go, but she basically officializes, like, hey, you need to go back to Dantooine, to the Enclave now. Talk to the Disciple, already did T3, BioWare, as far as I know, done any new dialogue.
Yes, Jeff.
Yeah, like, I think it must be either a glitch or the way he's set up. You can't even ask him for just random, like, repeatable questions like the other characters. Like, he just has nothing now.
Is there someone that you need?
Try to call me Master. Oh, here we go. Wait, did we? No, I don't think we asked him that. I found the Nava computer tampered with. Any diodes locked?
Query. Indeed, I was unaware that the Nava computer was locked.
Yes, it's voice printed.
Statement. Yes, I heard it was voice printed. Most curious.
So, okay, HK, quit playing around the bush. You can mimic cleaners, right? Can you unlock it?
Statement. I suppose so, Master, but I would need to know who voice locked it, and regrettably, I do not have that knowledge. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid for its class.
I guess that's true. He hasn't really done anything weird.
Statement.
Unless you piss him off, apparently, then, you know, HK wouldn't remember about that, but still. Didn't we ever ask him about previous masters and stuff like that? I think so. Let's see, we could update the workbench. Don't really need... Well, I guess I could after... Gave him Visa Smart, got him my good stuff.
My life.
My life for hire.
I will answer.
Let's see. No, nothing new from her. You get some extra dialogue if you're the male exile. Kind of like, well, actually, you can't get Disciple if you're male exile. So I was about to say something else, but
Yeah, something wrong.
See, I don't think we.
Talk.
I think you also get some extra dialogue from Mira if you're male exile as well. Although you did get the unique dialogue when you're female exile about Disciple and Atten having a thing for you. Do you understand, man? Yeah. Oh, I guess it's time for the Enclave. Okay. Yeah, too bad I missed a little bit of influence of that and to unlock his next segment. Maybe, hopefully, it'll unlock through the story at some point. I could be wrong, but... Alright, let's see. Duxton's done. Korriban's done. Nar Shaddaa's done. Onderon's done. Pragus can't go back there. Telos, I've done... As far as I know, I've done everything I can there, so let's go to Dantooine. So make sure you've done all your side quests for the ones you can do, and then head to Dantooine, because here in a moment, I don't know if it... Sorry, I like to keep quiet during those, and I was talking during the middle of it, so... I think you have to actually go to the Enclave to start the next section, so if you need to, like... do any more side quests or anything like that, so... Yeah, sure, well, whoops, nope. We'll put you back in there, just because. But yeah, I don't believe going here immediately cuts you to the next section, but as far as I know, when you go to the Enclave, I think we pretty much go to the end game after that. Like after that, it's just on to the end of the game. So keep that in mind when you're buying stuff or going all over the place. Like, I'm good to go, but I may not have min-maxed everyone, but I believe I'm pretty much good for the rest of the game, because it doesn't get... I'm trying to remember if there's any like super major difficult areas in the game that I'm aware of. There might be a couple that I can recall, but you know, but we're good on that for now. So okay, I was gonna check there. Probably a good idea to make a save point at the beginning of the planet. So now we have to go back to the Enclave. Which is, God, it's been a while since we've been back here. Although you could have easily gone to this place last for all we knew, that type of thing. I just chose to go here first just because, I don't know, story-wise I felt it made more sense to go this way out of all the places. Because what better place would you check out first than the old Jedi Academy? You know, that type of thing. At least that's my thinking when it comes to stuff like this. Yeah, it's been a long journey. Although I can't really talk about the game being over quite yet. We've still got, like I said, even though it's the final bits of the game, we still got quite a bit to go before we'll hit the end. I'm kind of curious if I'm gonna, at least by the time of this recording, if I'll hit the 100 episode mark or not. Because I think KOTOR 1. I think I got to like 96 episodes, and by this time we're pretty close, so I might go slightly over. I'm just trying to remember if this game's actually longer than the previous game. Then again, there were a lot of times in this game I think I dicked around a little bit too much. I maybe could have cut out more areas or stuff like that, you know, taking too long on puzzles. Although I am more familiar with KOTOR 1 than I am KOTOR 2, so that might be where my my maybe taking longer in certain areas over others come from. So yeah, I'm trying to remember if oh, there's all those dudes again. Yeah, I don't know if the story actually starts like as soon as you enter, or if you... Oh, looks like it. Okay. Oh, it's like the game wants me to go. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that exit was locked before, or Actually, I don't even know if you could actually click on it. I think it was maybe just closed. But yeah, that door finally opens. And yeah, if you remember in KOTOR 1, that was the main hall, the doorway you went to go talk to the masters in the training hall and everything like that. I don't even think in the original game you could go through the other side. So yeah, so here it is, folks. When we enter this enclave, the story gets rolling again, and it doesn't stop till the ride ends, to the end of the game. So, what is inside the Jedi Enclave? Will all of the Jedi Masters be able to give me all the info I need? Well, what about the Sith? Will their answers be... Will we be able to find out who it is, well, other than Dark Sign, who we're clearly aware of? And what about Dark? Dark? I don't know why I'm talking about the dark side all of a sudden. Although, what are they going to do? And what about Kreia? What has she been trying to do this whole time? She's been a little bit weird. We'll find out some of the answers next time on the next episode of Star Wars Knights of the Republic 2: The Sith Lords. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. And may the Force be with you.